So, Gacha tribalism has went from Hoyo versus Kuro to Arknights Enfield versus Neverness to Everness, or AKE versus NTE. My first thought about this entire, lack of a better word, drama or situation, whatever you want to call it, besides the obvious, people sure have a lot of free time on their hand, massive day for the unemployed. I don't necessarily think NTE murders Arknights Enfield, because I feel like the people that don't like Arknights Enfield, that just didn't feel Arknights Enfield as a potential game to add to their rotation of gacha games, have already dropped Arknights Enfield. I don't think NTE is gonna like change that. Like, people just went back to Withering Waves, they went back to Genshin Impact. Apparently Honkai Star Rail just added a lot of buffs to old units. Even I'm interested, to be honest with you. I feel like I might want to give Honkai Star Rail a second chance, like a second look, see what I can do to maybe try to enjoy it again. I'm really curious to see how the Kafka and Black Swan buffs do now. Some stuff going on over there in Honkai Star Rail. I'm kind of excited, I'm not gonna lie. There's also Alice, I think it's Klee's mom, in Genshin Impact coming soon. Withering Waves, like there's this calm right now for 3.2. People are obviously gonna prepare for what's to come, which is the Cyberpunk collab and the anniversary for Withering Waves. And there's also this Hayuki, right chat? I think it was Hayuki. Really anticipated character that just shocked the WoW community once it was revealed in the 3.2 live stream, which I think we will see in the 3.2 story. So there's a lot going on right now in the gacha space where people are going to look at Arknights Enfield and go, like myself, and go, look, the factory system is very challenging for me. I do not understand how to explore. This type of exploration is just not for me. I'll play it from time to time, but I feel like I'm not going to really have it in my rotation. Like, I would have it like maybe as a 1 to 2 time login per week, more than like a daily login rotation, if that makes any sense, right? Because I feel like, I don't know about you, but I treat my gachas differently. Like, some I log in every single day, others, you know, once every 3 days, sometimes even a week, sometimes every 2 weeks, you know. It's like, it depends. So yeah, I think what I'm trying to say with this is, obviously NTE isn't necessarily going to change the sentiment within the gacha space. All right, now we have a video over here from Non-Pawn. I'm not familiar with Non-Pawn. Shouts out to you, my man. He says, no, NTE won't kill Enfield, and he is right 100%. I think, no, NTE will not kill Arknights Enfield at all. I feel like the game, as in Arknights Enfield, offers something that is unique to Arknights Enfield. If you vibe with that type of uniqueness that Arknights Enfield brings to the table, then Arknights Enfield is the game for you. If you do not, like myself, for example, currently, that might change in the future. I enjoy the back and forth I have, for example, with chat. I feel like Arknights Enfield has allowed me to be a filthy noob that people can just help online, right? And it's fun. It's fun to like get blueprints and learn with the community. I feel like this is a great opportunity, I may add, to really be part of a community, because I do feel like video games are a huge, let's just say, a middleman to meet people and make friends with them, because, well, you already share a point in common, which is the same video game. Well, why not become friends through it, right? You start talking. At first you're talking about the video game, then you start talking, and then, well, you become friends. I feel like games really offer this, and that's why I love video games and games in general so much, and being part of communities of the games. So yeah, I feel like Arknights Enfield kind of made me want to really interact with the community in order to become better as a player and to enjoy the game more. So I feel like that's a sentiment I haven't seen people talk about a lot, which I think is good. It creates this tight-knit community sentiment that I feel like should be encouraged, because a lot of these gacha games obviously don't want to encourage much co-op, much you know, interactivity between the community, which sucks, unfortunately. But a lone sheep is an easier prey, if that makes any sense. So anyway, let's look into why Non-Pawn thinks NTE will not kill Enfield.
Is like that drunk college roommate you never see. You know the one I'm talking about. The guy you barely know, but he'll
Did you go to college? Did you go to college? I don't know, man.
slam the door open and tell you what happened last night. Hey, did you hear about the PayPal issues that happened? No.
I heard the PayPal issues in Arknights Enfield. Apparently, there's still some people waiting for their payments. They haven't refunded everybody. Yeah, they just disabled it. Yeah, but like I'm hearing that not only is PayPal still unavailable as a payment method for Arknights Enfield, but also some people still haven't got their refunds. I don't know about the refund situation. Oh, I don't know. I just got this comment and someone just said, "Hey, yo, some people still haven't got refunded yet." I was like, "What?" Only Saint reported one case. I don't know about the others. Oh, so it's just one case, and they could also be lying. So I don't know. I'll take that with a huge grain of salt.
Okay, you do now. Bye. Hey, did you hear about Tanting's trailer music being canceled? No,
Yeah.
Why would I? Okay, bye. People are quitting Arknights for NTE. Wait, why? That's so stupid. Oh no, another gacha game that
He's so right, by the way. Here's the thing, man. Quitting a gacha for another gacha isn't necessarily a bad thing. I feel like this is good for the consumer. Like shitting on the game isn't saying much. It's like, okay, we have better products now. That's what matters to me. Like, am I crazy? I don't care about the old product if it's not bringing me enjoyment. I am where there is fun. If Arknights Enfield starts being fun, I don't give a damn if Ananta is out. I'll be over there where Arknights Enfield has fun until I squeeze the fun from Arknights Enfield, and then I'll leave Arknights Enfield again. I have a simple formula. I have no loyalty to these games, unless they pay me, of course. And the reason why I don't is because they're after your money. So when I know that something is after my money, guess what I do? I play respectively. Okay, so you're trying to make me this blind consumer. Okay, guess what I'm gonna do? You're allowing me to play for free though, and that's how a lot of free to players feel. They just go, "Oh, so you think you can get me to spend, huh?" Yeah, that's gonna happen. All right. Anyway, let me keep squeezing the fun out of you for free and just, keep I'll just keep it pushing. That's literally how a lot of free to players feel. And I'll be honest, man, there's a lot of wisdom to that.
had a rough launch. I wonder how many times that's happened. Wuthering Waves had Japanese translation issues. Zenless Zone Zero had to
True. And here's the thing. Wuthering Waves literally had people not being able to play the game. Okay, mobile players usually, more often than not, mobile players and like old laptops. Like the old machines clearly were very challenged with day one Wuthering Waves. I think they optimized it a little bit. Like some old machines could play, but not all of them. So yeah, it's very hard to run Wuthering Waves. But day one, it was even harder to run Wuthering Waves. So yeah, and a lot of people were doom posting Wuthering Waves around those days too. And look at what Wuthering Waves did. It's doing great. It's like, oh, well, it's very hard for me. Like it's a tough game. Yeah, it's somewhat of a mechanically challenging game. Like if you can't, you stay at Genshin. Here's the thing, man. I feel like now there's more games for everybody. That's a W. I want Arknights Enfield to remain alive. I want NTE to do fun and to be alive and to have its own spin on Gacha. I want Ananta to do good. I want all these games to do good. The reason why I want all these games to do good because they're literally free and I can squeeze fun of each for free. We're winning. You want these games to do fine, not too fine where they don't give us freebies no more. Like Hoyo, we don't want them to do too good, but we want them to do good enough where they're alive and well, and we can, squeeze that fun. We're like these parasites. We're like literally these parasites that if the game takes good care of us, we'll do those monthly subscriptions and battle pass from time to time. But that's as far as we go. Man, even NTE's in the horizon. That's very soon. I don't know how I'm going to handle all these gacha games, man. That's too expensive. You know what? I could use a bundle. I could use a little bit of a promotion thanks to today's sponsor. This video is sponsored by BuffBuff. I don't know about you, but considering where I live, unfortunately, the rates when it comes to my gacha spending can be a little too high. And the only way for me to balance that is through today's amazing sponsor, BuffBuff. If we go to buffbuff.com, you will notice that a Luna subscription is $3.30. If we go to my in-game store, well, you will notice that it's $6, which means I'm saving pretty much half of my money had I spent it on the game directly. Now, for you to do this, it is very simple. You just go to buffbuff.com. You can use my link in the description or just buffbuff.com. Pick the purchase you want. You enter your information. Now, I would like to clarify that when it comes to Wuthering Waves specifically, you will require someone to log into your account real quick for probably like 2 minutes to do the purchase for you, as unfortunately, Wuthering Waves for some reason does not allow the service to be smooth like the Hoyo games. However, for the Hoyo games, you can just directly purchase it. There will be no one log into your account whatsoever. I don't know why Kuro still has that issue, but I guess that's a thing. If we look here, for example, Arknights Enfield, a game that just released, also has a minus 50%. We all know the current Arknights Enfield situation. The devs aren't really generous currently. You're tempted to spend. Well, guess what? You don't have to spend full 100%. You can spend 50% through BuffBuff.com. Use my link in the description below, or just BuffBuff.com. Just use my link so they know you got there through me. Thank you, BuffBuff, for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to it.
Remove TVs and tower.
ZZZ gives so much freebies. What are we talking about? Okay, I'm not aware of what the hell's going on with ZZZ. And that's good. See, the reason why ZZZ is giving freebies is because they're not doing as well as the other Hoyo games. So yeah, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I mean, when you look at the numbers, man, the numbers of Genshin and SSR, they're doing very well, where clearly they're going to give less freebies. Because why would we give freebies when we have this already existing dedicated fan base that's willing to spend so much?
Tower of Fantasy existed. We've seen this episode.
Oh man, Tower of Fantasy is beyond dead. But in terms of popularity, but I feel like the game does have like its remaining players, and those players are just not gonna quit it. Like they're there, they're never gonna quit, and it's fine. W to those players, I'll be real.
Before, guys, another gacha launches, it has faults, and then they're exaggerated to plague your algorithm feed. Because speaking in absolutions can paint a narrative that doesn't exist.
He's cooking. Shouts out to this guy. Absolution and generalizations. That pisses me off. The reason why it pisses me off is because I've been laid astray and went down a path and had a outlook on the world because of general messaging that obviously didn't make sense, because obviously human beings are more complicated and you cannot put them all in one box. That doesn't make any sense. And I bought into that ideology. Oh, everybody's bad. Everybody's out to get you. Everybody's this. Everybody's that. That doesn't make any sense. But you start to believe that because you're hurt, because you're emotionally not right. Like you just have these fresh wounds, and you just want to keep fueling this anger and feel validated to be angry. And it's not your fault. It's the world's fault. You start to have this warped mindset because it's encouraged by a bunch of people telling you, oh, everybody's bad, everybody's this, everybody's that. No, that the wording there doesn't make any sense. It's impossible for everybody to be like that. A lot of people may be like that, but some people are not going to be like that. You want to look for the some people. You want to look for those. That's it. I feel like those two, it's literally the same phrase, but one obviously gives light at the end of the tunnel. The other is just this, that's it. You're in darkness. And that pisses me off.
One of these narratives is that people will quit Arknights for NTE, but I feel like I need to make a few things clear about how these narratives gain traction in the first place. A common phrase is how a loud minority can ruin a fandom's reputation.
Yes.
But we often forget a crucial detail. If you're even aware of that loud minority, you are a minority yourself. The vast majority of a player base is silent, and just because they play gacha games, it doesn't mean they have a gacha media feed. I know many people who play gacha games, and their YouTube is filled with video game essays. My YouTube has speedruns and pet videos. The hard truth is, content creators are producing for a small percentage of a full player base. Most players are disjointed from their content, at least compared to how many active logins the games actually have. The majority's metric for success—
God damn, who's this character?
Isn't what the internet thinks. What really matters is if they're having a good time. I think it's important—
There it is. It's really that simple. Are we having fun? If the answer is yes, I don't give a fuck what you say. Let me put a pin on it. Let me take notes. But I'm not going to let it sway me from having this free fun. I don't give a damn what you say. Hey, it's free food. It's like there's a buffet. Free food for all. Hey, don't eat that. Why? Well, the next month, there's going to be this other buffet that's going to have better food. Okay, well, let me eat this one, and I'll eat that one too when he gets here. How about that? I'm gluttonous. I'm a fat ass.
To remember how small we are before we engage in things that upset us. And this is coming from someone who has played many gacha games.
Wait, let me hear that.
What matters is if they're having a good time. I think it's important to remember how small we are before we engage in things that upset us. And this is coming from someone—
I like that. I like what he just said. We have to remember how small we are before we engage in things that upset us. True.
Who has played many gacha games that got clowned on. I played Snowbreak before it became Gunnar. I stuck with Tower of Fantasy, and I still play.
Ooh, he's one of those players. He's one of those, chat. Oh man, we got a him in the house.
Play Blue Protocol. I don't care what people think about the games I like. They are fun to me and I enjoy them.
I still play Metal Gear Solid 5's online, Metal Gear Online. And from Mortal Kombat, I still play Mortal Kombat X. I do not play Mortal Kombat 11. I don't play Mortal Kombat 1. I'm not interested in playing them because I feel like they weren't a proper sequel to Mortal Kombat X, and a lot of people agree with that sentiment in the Mortal Kombat community. It's a very small community. Like the room would literally have like 40 players, and for example, in Metal Gear, like it's the same. It's like a typically like you will only find like 40 to like 30 players online, only in specific times of the day, and I'm having tons of fun. And these games are like these 2015 games. I'm having tons of fun. Like I still play them to this day, man. I still do, and I love those games. Overwatch just made a comeback. I played it for a bit, enjoyed it, and that's it. Like I don't feel like logging in anymore. If I feel like it, I'll log in. If I don't, I just won't log in. This is the thing. Like I don't care what people say about a particular video game anymore. If there's hype, of course, it helps me a lot to sway me into actually playing the game again. For example, Hearthstone, I hear Hearthstone like has this new expansion and people are talking about it. And I was like, you know what, maybe I'll give that a shot. I reinstalled Hearthstone. I still haven't tried the new expansion yet, but we'll get there eventually. And I'm pretty excited about that. I really am. And I don't care what people say. Like some people are telling me, oh, Hearthstone's dead. Or even myself, I say to myself, well, why bother with multiple card games? Like I play Yu-Gi-Oh! Why would I want to have Hearthstone again? Because I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And Hearthstone. I feel like that was too much. But I still would like to squeeze some fun out of Hearthstone while I can and then move to other games. If that makes any sense. If there's fun to be squeezed, have it. That's what matters. That's it. Like you shouldn't care what people are saying and trying to persuade you into not enjoying some things you're clearly enjoying, unless they are a negative.
And no matter what rage bait thumbnail I saw, I had to understand that they were insignificant to me. And
Freaking based. Who is this guy?
sure, my brain wanted to tell them that they were wrong, but I knew I would be falling for their trap.
Ooh, he knows. That's right. I would call it a trap. I would just call it you contribute to an obvious, what you consider a problem. Because it's not necessarily a trap. This is clearly a sentiment shared by many in the community, right? It's shared. It's there. Like there's obviously an entire audience for this. It's not necessarily a trap. But if you consider something an issue, do you want to contribute to it, therefore making it a bigger issue, or not contribute to it in hopes that hopefully it just, stays in the air and floats in the air and disappears? Like, who knows?
Engagement is exactly what they fish for in this tiny pond. Why would I feed the machine?
And there it is. That's it. You want it to change. You can call it out in a respectful manner, because obviously when you call it out in a loud negative light, you obviously trigger a response, and that's not good. That obviously just feeds into the tribalism. However, if you are to just understand the reality of things, that okay, there's people that are participating in this tribalism because they have a mental issue currently. I'm pretty sure they'll wake up from it eventually, where they start to associate their own self-worth and value towards the game and its popularity, or they just want to shit talk something online. All right, let's call a spade a spade. That's also something I've noticed is people just want to shit talk something. They just want to feel like they just want to be mean at something. And if it's being mean at a video game and it's player based, then hey, screw it. Everybody wants an enemy. It feels good to have an enemy to just have as a punching bag for your anger and disdain of what you lack in your own life. That's Internet 101. This is not limited to Gacha whatsoever. It's everywhere. And that's basically it. So you just ignore it. Like, you don't have to be condescending about them or anything like that. Just, you can call it out respectfully, and that's it. Keep it pushing. Kind of like what this guy's doing.
They're a small group of people shouting in a giant stadium, and only people who are nearby can hear them. That's why we're a sub-minority. The minority to this giant stadium to people who aren't close enough to hear. I don't think that's a bad thing. It's comforting to know what might annoy me won't be seen by a majority who shares my hobby. This also means those same people probably won't see my content, but as long as they're having a good time, that's enough for me.
That's all that matters, really. I don't know who this guy is, but I think this is one of the best 5 minutes gacha videos I've ever fucking seen.
There's another phrase that says, you are what you eat. And
True! That's why I'm too sweet, Chad, because I ate a lot of sweets.
I think this is especially true with Arknights right now. If you feed your brain with too much toxic negativity, you'll become negative. And if you...
This applies to everything, by the way. Like, it's not just Arknights, all right? If I keep telling you all women are evil, you're going to start believing all women are evil, especially when your own experiences back that up. That's when it becomes even more dangerous. It's like if I keep telling you Arknights Enfield sucks, and you go, oh man, actually this thing about Arknights Enfield I don't like. It's just one thing. There's still other things you like about it, but this one thing, you found it like the polls, for example, the poll economy. It's like they don't give you a lot of freebies. Oh man, I don't like that shit. You know what? Maybe those guys are right. Like it only takes this one crack, this one tiny crack of disappointment you have towards something. It allows the flood of bad information you've heard to just go full torrential tribute on that bitch, and you lose a lot of the good you see in the game because of the poisoning that the negative type of content you have been watching, criticizing, overly, extremely criticizing the game.
Feed your brain with too much toxic positivity, you'll become oblivious. A wise man once said you should try to provide an equal amount of praise and criticism, because people who lean too far on one extreme are cooked. That wise man was Gacha Smack. I am not an Arknights glaze. You should try to provide an equal amount of activity, you'll become oblivious. Become negative. And if you feed your brain with too much toxic positivity, you'll become oblivious.
Yes.
A wise man once said you should try to provide an equal amount of praise and criticism, because people who lean too far on one extreme are cooked. That wise man was Gacha Smack. I am not an
I don't understand that. I'm confused on what this was trying to say.
Said you should try to provide an equal amount of praise and criticism, because people who lean too far on one extreme are cooked. That wise.
So if you try to provide equal amount of praise and criticism,
because people who lean too
far in one extreme are cooked. Okay, so is he trying to say that always try to present both criticism and praise? Because if you don't, people on the other side will just cook you. Don't be a glazer or a hater. Oh yeah, 100%. I feel like that's what everybody does. Am I crazy? Okay, maybe I'm missing the bullet in other CCs, how they go about it. But I feel like personally that's always what I've tried to do is like, I just call it for what it is. Like if there's praise to be said, there's praise to be said. If there's no praise, then there's no praise. And just call a spade for crying out loud.
Far on one extreme are cooked. That wise man was Gacha Smack.
I'm not surprised it came from Gacha Smack.
I am not an Arknights glazer, and I'm not an Arknights hater. I am a guest listening to a roommate. I appreciate that it challenges the gacha space with innovation, but the innovation is very intimidating. I respect Arknights for its unique features, but I criticize Arknights for its bog tutorials. I praise Arknights for letting you have all your characters on the screen at once. I don't like the gacha system that these characters come from.
Well, the gacha system formula, the gacha formula is fine. The freebies, man, the freebies. I feel like it's different, but I feel like I'm already getting used to it.
This is the neutrality that doesn't cause echo chambers, but this is the same neutrality that isn't a loud meta for content creation. The meta will be calling your favorite game bad, and mine is.
Well, let's take a look at that, shall we? Okay, so this is 3,400 views. This is actually pretty good. All right, let's see here. Okay, so this is your videos. I think you're doing great. If this is the way you go about doing your content and neutrality is how you go about doing things, then hell yeah.
Better. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I'm not doing that. And
yeah, GG's. That's what you should do. I've been doing that for a whole year. Like backing out from the gacha tribalism, I've came to realize that when I was alone, minus the tribalism, I wasn't around the gacha space, and I've looked at my behavior because I like to third person view myself. I found myself just logging into pretty much every game. I logged into SSR, I logged into WUWA. I tried Genshin, it was hard. Like I feel like the controls of WUWA are much more smoother. I like smoother controls, so I couldn't go back to Genshin as easily. I found myself squeezing fun from every game. But back in the day, I'll be like, people might have an issue with me if I were caught on stream playing X or Y game. I was like, boy, goddamn, what the hell, boy? I don't want to do that. And then I remembered one day, Genshin did this event where I could get a C6 D-Luke in a C2 Raiden Shogun, and I did, and stream was fun and everything. I was like, well, hold on. People may be tribalistic and everything, but all in all, people still want to just see other people enjoy the same things they enjoy or enjoyed past tense, and that's what matters. I was like, wow, wait a minute, this is interesting. Then I had to stop CCing, and as I was like sitting there alone, I found myself trying different games, and I was like, whoa, hold on, tribalism is stupid. This doesn't make any sense. And that's when it dawned on me. So what was I still doing it? Ah, wait, that was a formula. That was a CCing formula. And I kind of always knew it. I just didn't put my finger on it. And I was like, oh shit, time to wake up. And that's when I was started making like a different approach type of content. And a lot of people were very recipient towards it. I was surprised that my community was like, oh yeah, we agree with you there 100%. I was like, wow, that's amazing. All right, great.
If you watch this far into the video, I know you're smart enough to know that. I guess what I'm trying to say to the Arknights community is that this too will pass. I'm sure the game will improve, and everyone will find something else to complain about in a month. Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe they'll complain about NTE instead. That should take the heat off you.
Yeah, oh yeah, they will. Oh yes, people are gonna bitch about NTE's flaws because no game is perfect, and people are gonna complain about the flaws. The devs hopefully will listen to the flaws, thus making the game better. I feel like personally, when a game launches and it's rocky, it's a good thing because as long as the devs listen, which is the type of devs you wanna mess with, as in trying to main the gacha game, that's a good thing. So yeah, that's why I loved Wuwa so much day one, is because they were very receptive and very reactive to feedback, and I really like that. I immediately made Wuwa.
Plus, there's no guarantee NTE will have a good launch. They fumbled Tower of Fantasy after all.
Oh yeah, it's the same company from... Oh man. Okay, well, they say the beta is looking good. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Fingers crossed.
Will people leave Arknights for NTE? Yes.
No.
And no. I think people are likely to leave Arknights if it's not fun for them anymore.
It is really that simple. I said it at the start of this too. It's like, it is really not that complicated. I squeezed the fun out of Arknights Enfield. Time to go. Time to go. I'm selfish. I have no loyalty. Yes. Cry.
People will leave Arknights because of Arknights, not because of NTE.
No, well, it's a factor. Obviously, what they're trying to say is if there's newer, more hype products, a lot of people are more willing. Like, I like to call these types of players the hypers. And to a lot of people that are chronically online, they think everybody behaves that way because that's the people that interact with shit. They think everybody just follows trends and hypes, which is very classic and common behavior online, especially. But the reality is, besides the hypers, which obviously will, because they like to do what's trendy and what's now, the majority of players are going to do exactly what he is. So there is merit to the, oh, people are going to quit Arknights Enfield for NTE. That is going to happen for certain types of players. We're not trying to disregard the sentiment of people are going to quit Arknights Enfield for NTE. But what we're saying is, besides those types of players, the hypers, well, guess what? People are still going to keep playing Arknights Enfield until they get tired of Arknights Enfield. I just got Tank. I'll be real, man. I haven't even played Tank yet. I got Tank. I haven't got time to play Arknights Enfield. All right, I was too busy. I would play Wuwa, and that's it. Like, I didn't even play Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. I played the I tried to go back to Mortal Kombat, Metal Gear. I missed those games. I played a lot of gachas recently. I feel like, let me take a little bit of break of gachas, and let me go to these. And that's what I like to do, man. I feel like this is a good, healthy spot that I found for myself, which means that the reason why I'm highlighting myself and me, because what works for me isn't necessarily going to work for you. So do what's right for you. You are unique in your own taste in how you like to do your things. I am different. You're different. I'm going to respect your taste and your way of doing things. You can respect my taste and the way I'd like to do things. And on we go. And we can have this conversation. And like he said before, so that way we don't have an echo chamber. Because if we all do the exact same shit, then where's the fun, really?
Plus, the games are nothing alike. I call NTE the grilled cheese of gacha games. It's a comfort food that hardly takes any risk. And Arknights is that 5-course meal with names I can't pronounce. And while I always welcome more players into NTE, I would implore you to keep giving Arknights a chance.
Well, I don't know about y'all, Chad, but I don't know. And I don't know how to freaking speak the name of my food, man. I just like my burgers, man. I just like my burgers. You know what I'm saying? It's like my hot dogs. American, man, American. Even though I'm not American, I still have the American spirit of just eating the burger and hot dogs, man. Yep, I'll be real, man. I'm a simple man. I'm a simple gamer. Arknights feels a little too complicated for me, man. I just want to shoot stuff. I just want to blow stuff up.
You've waited years for this game to come out. Things take time to polish. Don't let a launch.
I'll be honest, man. NTE is starting to look very, very nice. I don't know if Ananta is going to be the same. Ananta's looking great. It's looking freaking fantastic. Because Ananta is not a gacha. It's an anime game, which I feel like this is the new genre people should start looking into. Is that anime games?
Influence your decisions. If you do want to give NTE, take time to polish. Don't let a launch influence your decisions. If you do want to give NTE a chance, I have 5 videos ready for launch day. I can make your first week a bit easier. Thank you to all my YouTube members and Twitch subs. You all keep me going. And that's it for me. Like and subscribe. Bye-bye.
Same here. Same here. Okay, I don't have a lot of YouTube members, but I do have a lot of Twitch subs. Not a lot by like Twitch subs metrics, but considering my size, I have a lot of Twitch subs. I really appreciate you. Appreciate you, chat. Much love. So yeah, huge shout out to Nampon, man. Shit, I'll be real, man. This guy is, I feel like this is part of the solution. I really like this guy. He's cut from the same cloth as I am. I really appreciate seeing I'm not that crazy. And I feel like a lot of people are starting to fall into that place where, yeah, I don't know about y'all, but all that tribalism and all that. It's like I said it even during my tribalism day where my tribalism was like more on the sense of, I don't think we should encourage companies to behave a certain way. That's why I kept firing back at them. But at some point, I felt like it was getting emotionally exhausting to be angry at a video game company that much, especially when they're clearly not going to listen. It's like, I'm tired of talking to these greedy ass devs that are obviously not going to listen to me, because why the hell would they? People are still paying, so which means you got to talk to the community. And if the community going to tell them, oh, don't enjoy this or stop playing this because, well, guess what? You're just going to keep feeding these greedy assholes. It's like, people don't care about that shit. People don't want to hear that shit. People just want to have fun. So yeah, that's when I always had these thoughts. Maybe I just didn't have the courage to say it out loud back in the day because I wasn't sure enough. But now I do. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of travelers. I really am. That shit has lasted way too long, but I feel like the solution is to be more mindful, be more disciplined in our approach, especially to obvious predatory games, and go from there. So yeah, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Be seeing you.